Great job again for the singers. Phenomenal job. Happy Father's Day. Y'all, you fathers had a good time? No reaction. Just staring ahead. I know what all the fathers want for Father's Day. We all want peace. The one thing no one ever gives us. Peace. So you guys doing okay? Yeah. We're going to talk about some stuff today. This is me. And before we get into the bulk of the message, we're going to watch a video that they prepared for us. Amen? Amen. Kenya put that together for us. Great job with that. And, you guys doing great, right? So this is Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to you. And the message this week is called Abba, Father.
Amen.
Abba, Father.
Amen.
And to help us understand what that's all about, let's turn to Matthew chapter 1. And we're going to read a little bit. I don't think this mic is on. It's on, but it's not on, so I don't know what
We hear you. We hear you.
Say what?
We hear you.
Yeah, good. Okay. Anyway, Matthew chapter 1. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, verse 18. This is how the birth of Jesus the Messiah came about. Verse 18, chapter 1 of Matthew. His mother Mary was pledged to be married to Joseph, but before they came together, she was found to be pregnant through the Holy Spirit, because Joseph, her husband, was faithful to the law, and yet did not want to expose her to public disgrace. He had in mind to divorce her quietly. But after he had considered this, an angel of the Lord appeared to him in a dream and said, Joseph, son of David, do not be afraid to take Mary home as your wife, because what is conceived in her is from the Holy Spirit. Amen. She will give birth to a son, and you are to give him the name Jesus, because he will save his people from their sins. All this took place to fulfill what the Lord has said through the prophet. The virgin will conceive and give birth to a son, and they will call him Emmanuel, which means God with us. When Joseph woke up, he did what the angel of the Lord had commanded him and took Mary home as his wife. But he did not consummate their marriage until she gave birth to a son, and he gave him the name Jesus. Amen. Great passage, right? Yes. You know, you can overthink things sometimes as a preacher. You know, what passage should I share about Father's Day? I can't think of too many better passages than this passage in Matthew about Joseph, that to me outlines the dilemma of fatherhood, and in many ways the dilemma of following God, as clearly as any passage in the Bible. He said, well, what are you talking about? Well, first off, this is an insane situation. And I know sometimes we read the Bible and we read the people in the Bible as if they're merely Bible people. They exist in the confines of the Bible as if they had the Bible in front of them and they knew the next chapter, or they knew the situation, as opposed to real life people living in real life situations, understanding nothing. And having to go on a faith where they had less at their disposal than we have. Right? And so, you know, Matthew's here, he's trying to be a righteous guy. He's engaged to marry Mary. Not to the band Mary, but he's engaged to marry the woman called Mary, right? And so they're engaged, and engagement was a more serious affair than it is now. You're not quite married, but it's contractual. Yeah. Like you couldn't really get out of an engagement, right? Unless there was a violation. Well, his fiancée turned up pregnant. Now, how would he know that his fiancée was pregnant? Like, you know, he's not, you know, there was no pregnancy test, right? And there were a couple of ways that she would know, but by the time he found out about it, there may have been like a little bump, right? Okay, so he found out that his fiancée was pregnant. He knew he wasn't the dad. There's one thing he knew, look, I haven't done nothing, I'm not the dad. Yeah. This marriage is over. Yeah. I mean, you know, based on the word of God, based on society, based on my own emotions. It's over. Now, because he's a decent guy, I'm not going to embarrass her publicly and make a public affair. I want to divorce her quietly, because even though it was an engagement, you still had to go through a divorce proceeding back then, because it's a contractual arrangement, right? Okay, so he's going to divorce her quietly, get out of it, and so he has a dream. Here you go. This is the man. You might as well strut, because everybody's looking at you. Thank you, sir. I'm free. So he has a dream that an angel speaks to him and says, look, don't divorce her. She didn't do anything wrong. She's pregnant by the Holy Spirit. Right. Try that one on for you. Can you imagine that? A couple of big problems here. One, he had to believe that. Yeah. Right? Okay, but if he believes it's an angel, I guess okay. Secondly, I know it had to pass through his mind, how do I sell that? Because whether or not the whole little town knew she was pregnant, they would have found out she's pregnant. And either they're going to believe that she's running around on him or that he was not doing right as a Jew. And that, and either way, it's a bad situation. Like, how do you sell? Like, do you tell your friends, oh, no, we didn't do anything wrong. Like, she's pregnant by the Holy Spirit. So now you're the village kook. What do you want? And having kids out of wedlock, it was a huge deal. Okay, so it's the Holy Spirit. So first leap of faith, you have to believe God on that, right? And so you need to raise this child as your own. You need to name this child Jesus. And the whole thing. And so he wakes up and he decides to do that. And he says that he married Mary and didn't consummate the marriage though until after Jesus was born. And normally I would say that's a big sacrifice. But if you knew that the Holy Spirit had conceived the child inside, I wouldn't want to touch it either. I don't think it was a sacrifice. It was kind of like, ooh, I'm going to leave you alone until the Holy Spirit baby comes out. So that's something there, boy. Okay, so it's this leap of faith for this man, and this is a man who was chosen by God to raise God's son. Daunting task, right? Fatherhood is a challenge under any circumstance.
Right.
I think a lot of times we share this passage and we share about the struggle of believing what he was told. That's a big struggle. But then there's the struggle of the job.
Come on.
He hadn't signed up to be a dad at all. He was just getting married. So now he's a dad, but he's a dad to God's son. Talk about a gig you're not prepared for. But God has a way of putting us in circumstances way over our head.
It's true.
Way over. I can tell you one of them, for me, was fatherhood. For a lot of reasons that Sean shared about his dad. I didn't look. My story is not nearly dramatic as his dad's story. That's pretty intense. But like a lot of men in our society today, we grew up. Many of us grew up without the benefit of having a father in the home.
Come on.
Frank.
And so you feel. At least I felt like. First off, I wasn't in any rush to be a father. I got married. I wasn't necessarily rushed to get married. But, fell in love, got married, and the first thing Michelle's talking about, because she wanted a child. Like, from the day one, we got to start trying, hey, and I'm like, huh, what? It's like the first year, I pretended I was hard of hearing.
Come on, Frank.
Huh, what? You said you'd like to smile. A clock's ticking. Okay, all right. Finger licking. Love that KFC. But anyway, so, but it was a terrifying concept to try to be something that you never seen. From a distance, it helped becoming a disciple and being around, seeing families and seeing men in the home and seeing godly men. That was great. But I'd never seen a father really function in a home. Good or bad. Even have a bad role model, something the opposite, right? I just never seen that in the home. And so for me, it was a terrifying thing. A terrifying thing to think about being a dad. It was scary not trying to be a husband, because I hadn't seen that in the home either. Okay, but the leap from that to trying to be a dad and be this picture of something that I didn't really know what I was doing, and then the fact that I started meeting families and they seemed so perfect from a distance. How could I ever be that? I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know where to start, and it's such a humbling thing. And you get this child, and the child comes up, And, they trick you because they're so cute in the beginning. And they make all those cute sounds, right? And I remember changing, because I never changed a diaper until I changed my child's diaper. And I changed a million diapers, right? But, so I never babysat a baby or something like that, whatever. I never even thought about changing a diaper. I remember, so I changed the diaper the first time, and the baby's brand new. I said, this is not bad. Didn't even smell bad. That was brand new, but it's a trick you in the beginning. Wait a few months. And it gets more and more complex, it gets more and more challenging. And you think, man, you go through the first few months, what can be harder than this, right? Waking up all hours in the morning, trying to get the baby on the frame. That's the easiest time you'll ever have as a parent. Someone told me that, I didn't believe it. Little kids, little problems, big kids, big problems. Had the first child. Challenging thing about being a parent, by the time I got good at being the parent of a 1-year-old, she was 2. By the time I figured out, man, I got this 2-year-old thing down, she was 3. I'm always behind, right? And so on and so on. So we had baby number 2. Okay, now I'm ahead because I've had 5.5 years experience with the first child, so I'm 5.5 years ahead this time around, right? The child was totally different than the other child. And everything you thought you knew, you have to relearn again. Right. What a humbling experience. God has also one of the greatest blessings of my life. What an honor to be a parent. What a joy to be a father. Don't get it twisted. It's an amazing thing to be a dad. But man, it's a big leap of faith, right? Right. You don't have to be a dad or a mom or a parent to relate to that, though. God is constantly putting us in situations above our pay grade. He has given us opportunities that we don't deserve, given us challenges that we can't, they're much too big for us, obstacles that we can't get around. We deal with grief and loss that we don't know how we're going to get through. We deal with hurts that we don't know how we can bear. We deal with disappointment that we don't know how we can stomach. Man, we deal with brokenness in ourselves and challenges and sin and addictions and whether it's drugs or alcohol, tobacco or sex or whatever it is that we don't think we can ever break free of. We deal with fear. Anybody deal with fear? Yes. And insecurity. That we don't know how we can cope. We deal with past scars that we don't know that can heal. We deal with anxiety about the future. Where am I going to live? How am I going to live? How are my kids going to live? How am I going to pay for stuff? And what's going to happen? And am I going to meet that person? And my clock is ticking. If I can't be a bridesmaid to somebody, but one more time. First time we decided, now I'm going to come and hurt somebody. Ask me to be a bridesmaid and see what happens. I'll bust the windows out your car. Anyway, we deal with stuff, man. And we deal with these amazing challenges. And like Joseph, it requires a leap of faith. A leap of faith. So what was his faith based on? Next slide. Scary job. I covered it already. Slide for that. He knew he had a good father. He knew in spite of the challenges he had of being asked to do something that no person ever been asked to do. That's to be the father of God himself, of God's son. He knew he had a good father to belong from. Romans chapter 8, verse 12. Simply says, Romans 8:12, therefore, brothers and sisters, we have an obligation, but it's not to the flesh, to live according to it. For if you live according to the flesh, you will die. But if by the Spirit you put to death the misdeeds of the body, you will live. For those who are led by the Spirit of God are the children of God. The Spirit you receive does not make you slaves, so that you live in fear again. Rather, the Spirit you receive brought about your adoption to sonship. And by him we cry, Abba, Father. The Spirit himself testifies with our spirit that we are God's children. Now, if we are children, then we are heirs, heirs of God and co-heirs with Christ, if indeed we share in his suffering, in order that we may also share in his glory. Did you catch all that? He starts out in verse 12 saying, look, we're not, because it went through this whole thing in chapter 7. 7 talk, it's the addict song. And I think all of us here today are addicts.
Come on, Frank.
Whether you've ever used a drug, or ever gotten high, or ever gotten drunk, there is something, some vice, some weakness that's had a hold on you.
Come on, Frank.
But what they say about addicts is that you never stop being an addict. You could be an alcoholic, you put alcohol and not have a drink for 30 years, but they say you're still alcoholic because that demon is still in the closet. And you have to make a daily choice, right, not to let that demon out the bottle, right?
Right.
I think all of us have our demons that either they have a hold of us, or we're dealing with, right, through the Holy Spirit.
Yeah. Come on, Frank. Amen.
And so chapter 7 talks about what happens when we try to deal with those demons by ourselves. And the good we ought to do, we don't do, because we can't. We're not strong enough. That's chapter 7 of Romans. Romans 8 talks about the life in the Spirit. That we live by the Spirit of God. The Spirit has the power to overcome what our flesh could never overcome. And so 12 is in that section says, look, if we live according to the flesh, we're going to die. But if by the Spirit we put the death and misdeeds of the flesh, then we will live.
Come on, Frank.
That the Spirit of God has the power to do what we can't do. You're hurt. Your fears. Your sins, your vices. The Spirit of God has the power to take away, to overcome, to break the chains that we can never break. And for that we say amen. He said, but it's more than that. It's not just that we have some God who's far away. Why do we know we have that? Because if you have decided to follow Christ, if you decide to be a disciple, if you've been baptized in the Holy Spirit into your life,
Amen.
He's your Father.
Amen.
Amen.
Abba, Father. They say the closest English word to Abba is Daddy.
Come on.
It's intimate. He didn't join a religion. He joined a family.
Amen.
He's your Father. And what is his is now yours. He says, you are co-heir to heaven. You're going to inherit heaven one day. Put your head around that for a second. What is Christ is yours. But get this, what lives in him lives in you.
Come on.
I love that slideshow, seeing all the kids with their fathers, right?
Yes.
And a lot of the kids are undeniable. Sean couldn't deny that Cora was his child, man. The judge just slapped him in his face and he denied that. Got the colossal imprint all over her, just beautified. Like Sam couldn't deny that Christian and Brian are his kids, don't need a DNA test. Just look at it. No, that's all. We got it. We got that straight. Seeing all the pictures, we tried to put pictures together. We couldn't find, the thing about the Porter, he had so many kids, we couldn't find one picture with all the kids in it at the same time. The best we got is 4. We got 5 kids, we kept one left out. Right, but it's great seeing the imprint, right? Because you share this DNA, you share this body.
Yes.
He says God's DNA is in you.
Amen. Amen.
It's not about whether BMO is strong enough. It's not about whether Justin is strong enough. It's about Ginger's strong enough. It's not about whether Jade is strong enough or whether in your personality, in your life, you're big enough. It's not about whether circumstances get bigger, better or not. It's not about whether people around you are going to stop conspiring against you.
Wow, come on.
It's not about whether your husband's going to get in shape or not, or whether your wife's going to stop nagging you or not. God has given you something bigger than your circumstance.
Come on.
Larger than your challenges that lives in you.
Wow. Amen.
That has the power to break every chain. It's not about whether I can do it. It's established I can't do it.
Right.
Come on.
We don't have to argue that. That's not a debate. I don't think I can do it. You know what? I don't think you can do it either. Every one of the things that you're going to fail, baby. No one thinks he can do it. Nobody. But are you going to bet against God?
Right.
Are you going to be that person? He can surely do it. And that was the faith. Yes, we have the model of the Father from the Bible. But can I tell you something really?
Come on, Frank.
That doesn't inspire me. That overwhelms me.
Amen.
There is a blueprint for fatherhood, and I got that. I was a disciple when I became a father. I said, good, there's a blueprint. And I read all these great characteristics of God and say, I don't have none of them. So I didn't leave more inspired. I'm like, this does not inspire me, man. This is like, man, what am I going to do? Jesus.
Come on, Frank.
But to know that he's going to walk with me.
Amen.
Oh, that's in Christ's comfort.
Right.
He's going to listen to me. He's inside of me. Look what we got something.
Come on.
And no matter what you're going through, we can decide to deal with it all the way. Right? Good luck with that.
Right.
Come on, Frank. Amen.
Or we can decide to rely on the Abba Father to fight for us, to walk with us, to guide us, to give us strength that we don't have.
Right.
But here's the thing. He ain't going our way. We have to go his way.
Right.
Amen.
He's not empowering us to do things our way. Oh, you're going to do that on your own.
Right. Come on.
But he will empower you to do things his way.
Amen.
And we've got to make the choice in our conflicts, in our struggles, when we forgive people. That's a struggle. Whatever it is, that we're going to do it his way, not our way. We're not going to, well, this is an exception. If you do my situation,
Come on.
the power is in our obedience. That makes sense to you? I've told this story before. I'll probably tell it a million times in heaven. But you know, I wasn't a tough kid, but I was tough for the suburbs.
Come on, Frank.
There's a difference. I had two childhoods. I told you I had two childhoods. I grew up in the suburbs. My dad was a doctor. My parents were together. We lived in ritzy suburbs, and I got in fights all the time. I was like a little miniature bully. Not a bully, because they're your friends. You beat your friends up, they make up the next thing, right? And I would get I get in fights all the time. But I thought it was fun fighting kids in the neighborhood, right? Moved to the city, I stopped fighting. Because I saw my first city fight. I said, I had never been in a fight before in my life. In fact, I don't believe in fighting. I come in peace.
Right.
I'm a monk. You know, I moved to the city. It was a whole nother game. You know, that was a whole nother game. People were bleeding. They were making up. Yeah, I was like, nah, I don't believe in fight. I don't believe in violence. I was riding the king. Can't we all just get along? But back in my suburban days, I have two older brothers. I have a younger sister. We're all 3 years apart. And the brother immediately older than me is 3 years. 3 years is like an eternity, but I was like 5, 6 years old, so he's like 8, 9 years old. Right? So all his friends are giants. He's a giant. And we, and I had a mouth. I always ran my mouth. And so some of his friends didn't take too kindly to me. So one of his friends, Kazar, hated me. But he would never say anything to me really. He would never put hands on me because my brother could beat him up. I knew that, so I ran my mouth more. You know how that is. Little bit. So one day, Kip had me alone in the backyard. My brother wasn't around, and he decided to pick on me, and we started fighting. And really, I say we were fighting, but it was more like he was hitting me. Right. And I was swinging at like air, and he was hitting me, and it was more like it was. In fact, there was some old Mike Tyson fights on TV, and it was like a Mike Tyson fight, but I was not Mike Tyson. Okay, so what, so Kip is doing whatever he wants to do. But I knew something that Kip didn't know. I wasn't the biggest kid, and I wasn't the dumbest kid either. I knew that my brother was at baseball practice. I knew baseball practice was over. And I knew he was coming home any minute. Right. And so I wouldn't let the fight end. And after a while, I think something was wrong, and he kept trying to go in the house. I wouldn't let him go in the house. I'm grabbing his leg, and I'm hitting him wherever I can grab him, and I wouldn't let the fight end. I wouldn't let him go inside. And by the time he figured out what was going on, my brother came home. Not good for him. And I sat up with some popcorn and watched the festivities. I was an evil child. This is good. So come on over, let's watch this. Yeah, you can talk to me again. I'm like, yeah, okay. Okay, fine. What's the moral of the story? I don't know. No. No matter what you're going through, hold on.
Amen.
Because big brother's coming.
Yes.
Not just big brother, but your father's coming. The whole family's coming, and we'll just hold on. He lives around us. He lives next to us. He holds our hand. He lives inside us. Amen. And when we cry out, Abba, Father, he'll be there. Don't lose hope. Don't quit. Hold on. Because God is on the way. And the God be the glory.
Amen.
At this time, we're going to pray for communion. This is a time when we remember Christ's death, his burial, resurrection. And really, that's the whole service, but it's really the time when we really take a special time to commemorate that. And we take the bread that represents Christ's body and drink the fruit of the vine that represents his blood. Dearly Father God, thank you so much for your love.